Hey everybody, welcome to Every Awesome 80s Movie. We're going to be exploring movies from January 1981. Hi. How you doing, Athan? How you doing, Hudson? How you doing, Joshua?
We can't see you. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Athan was going in.
Oh, doing some technical stuff.
Now I can see you.
Still doing
it. You can see me okay?
Nope.
Cool. Cool. Well, just in case you're joining us, not during the live feed, but if you're watching this later, we are on a quest to watch as many awesome 80s movies as possible. But to find those movies, to find the awesome ones, we kind of need to sift through some of the not so good ones. So that's what we've been doing tonight. We're looking at some movie posters and we're looking at some trailers. And then we're going to decide which, if any of these movies, we should watch. And then we're going to get back to you and tell you how awesome they are. At least that's the goal. So let's get to it now. Joshua, have your sons seen any of the Scream movies?
No, I have not.
No.
Well, I think that the first Scream movie I thought was pretty good. Did you like it?
Yeah. I don't know if I know I saw the first one. I don't. Yeah. I might have seen the second one.
I was in the second one. Didn't you see the second one?
If you were in it, then I'm sure I went to go see it.
I'm sure I showed you my 1 second. I'm an extra in the background. I'm shaking a thunder thing in the background theater.
Yeah, that's right.
You made it.
Yes.
I met. It's no Waterworld.
No, it's no Waterworld. But yeah, I met Wes Craven, and he basically told me I had no rhythm.
Well, he's not.
He's not incorrect.
I'm gonna have to agree with him. No, you have rhythm. When the vacuum's on, did you say, give me a vacuum?
Yeah. So this is a movie called Scream. But it's not the Scream from the 90s.
No.
It's and it says it was a dream weekend until the nightmare began. So young gentlemen, what are your first impressions of the movie poster to Scream?
Kind of seems like a Nightmare on Elm Street.
Add a little hammer right there.
Yeah, exactly. That is all there's missing.
And then it will
brought to you by the Soviet Union. Scream.
Yes, we all scream together.
Is American Scream movie.
Our Scream.
Our Scream.
Okay. All right. Now we're gonna watch the trailer for this. And if it's too scary or too inappropriate, then I'll stop it like I did the last one. But hopefully it won't be. All right, let's see. These movies scare me.
And
all right.
The other thing, Wade.
Yeah.
January and the slow time of the year are usually flooded with bad horror films. And horror movies are the one genre that I just do not like. I like, dramas or, I dramas are good. I'm never super excited to go see a drama because it's like I can look out my window and see real life if I like more escapist things. But
yeah,
I love musicals. I love comedy. I love sci-fi. I love pretty much any genre. But horror it's never interests me.
Well, it can be very unappetizing. I used to love scary movies a lot when I was a kid. And then I grew out of them. But because my kid, CJ, loves watching scary movies, it has rekindled my love for watching scary movies. But I get what you're saying. All right, let's see what we got for Scream.
I was honestly expecting him to just click off the tab and it would just be an
yes, although
nudity.
One of my all-time favorite memories is watching a scary movie with you.
Yes. You talking about The Exorcist 3?
I am.
Oh my gosh. Holy moly. Oh, that's an 80s movie, right?
Yeah. So we're
Okay.
watching as we're working at the theater, and Wade and I are off, and so we go in and we're watching The Exorcist 3. And it's in a hospital, and
You want it? I can just pull it up. Should we show it to them?
Sure.
Oh no. Okay. Okay, folks, we're taking a pit stop to it. So this is for me, this is the scariest movie moment.
We're going off the nonsense.
Now we're having it too much. It's just that I didn't expect this movie to be scary because I'd seen The Exorcist, so I thought I knew what I was getting into. 3 hospital scene. All right, you guys are gonna have some bad dreams now. You just wait. Let's see. I'm gonna turn off the volume, and I'm playing through a commercial that's on there. We'll get it queued up and ready to go. Yeah. So this is back when your father and I worked at our favorite movie theater, the Grand Cinemas Alderwood, and we got to watch every movie we wanted to for free.
Yes.
And so we had it. I think, Josh, you did this too, right? We watched every movie we could, even if it wasn't that good.
Yeah, I mean, there was some of them. Like, I never watched Rat Boy, and there was some of them.
I never saw Shy People.
Yeah, I mean, because when
some of them were so boring.
You go in the theaters all the time to check and make sure everything's fine, right? So you wind up seeing a good chunk of the movie, even if you don't go see the movie, just by going in and out and checking stuff, you see big chunks. So there were certainly a fair amount of movies where I'm like, yeah, I've seen enough. I do not need to take 2 hours to sit through this, like Rat Boy or Shy
Rat
People.
Boy.
Yeah.
Or Solar.
Yeah, there's quite a few stinkers. All right. So we watched
but we did see a lot of movies that you would not have paid to go see because you're poor. Yeah. You wouldn't have paid hard-earned money to go see it that we saw.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Here we go. So here we go. We're gonna watch 5 minutes of Exorcist 3.
No one will be seated during the riveting hallway scene.
God, this is a really slow scene.
For the spooks.
Oh no.
Oh.
Is that okay?
All right.
Big mouse.
It's a little bigger. Okay. I thought I heard something.
I'm gonna go investigate. No, don't. That is the worst idea.
Stay at the nurse's station.
You can tell something scary is gonna happen.
I shouldn't be scared. I work.
So we're in the movie, and Wade Bradford, I swear to God, he almost jumped into my lap. He jumped, and jumped so high, and I was. There's a bunch of people in there, so I was laughing so hard. He's like, "Whoa!" like when the cat sees a cucumber. Oh man!
Yeah.
So
that was the best.
And now that we've
so high.
steeled our courage to the sticking place, here's the Scream trailer.
Oh, I forgot that's what we were supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
How'd you like to be the guy in the sheet, Wade, and screw that up? That's like an 18-minute take, and you blew it.
Marty, I told maybe it was supposed to be a 2-minute take, and he fell asleep, and they're like, just keep going. Just keep walking around. He'll come out eventually. I like that scene because it's so quiet. There's like all those weird little noises, but there's no music until that one moment. Yeah. All right. Well, let's watch Scream.
Spend the night in a ghost town. What could possibly go wrong? It's great fun until the nightmare began.
Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah. All right, now remember, everyone, we gotta split up so that we're extra safe.
Because someone.
Is that also female?
Female and Wolf Hugs.
He worked a lot.
In all sorts of movies, and I just hit my funny bone on my arm. Uh-oh, astronauts in the ghost town.
Not even motorcycle riders.
Not at this town.
Hey, I can make sure.
Is it haunted? Or is it one of their own gone mad? But whatever you do, don't scream.
Better if the words
rated R.
Freeze frame open mouth.
Wow. You know how it says like coming to this theater? Not coming to a theater near you, coming to this theater. Only this one.
This one.
The only one you can see that. What do you think the bad guy, like there's motorcycle people, they're in a western town, but it's modern. There's an old retired guy with a flashlight. What's going on?
The motorcycle riders?
Yeah, I don't know. Is it like
Is it a mystery? Like who's killing them?
Hang on.
Oh shoot.
Why is the back door open?
Oh no.
Oh no.
The Exorcist 3 all over again.
Okay, we're gonna have an 18-minute suit of just a hallway. Come on.
Did the cats get out?
No. Spidey, no.
This is the next movie.
I left it open.
This is the next movie we're watching, Athan.
There are 4 billion people on Earth. 236 are scanners. They have the most terrifying powers ever created, and they are winning. 10 seconds.
10 seconds, the pain begins. 15 seconds, you can't breathe. 20 seconds, you explode.
I've heard of this one.
Wow.
Hold on. I think I've heard of this one. In like
This is a cult classic.
someone making fun of movies might have mentioned that in a video.
All right. Okay, then everything's fine.
Everything's good?
Okay.
Yeah,
Joshua, are you
like right after that? There was like a weird noise, and then we're like, "What was that weird noise?" And then we noticed the back door was open. So
I hope no creepy person in a sheet.
we're trying to make you feel better. Okay, now this obviously.
Wait, we're the ones gonna be attacked. You're fine.
I've obviously heard of scanners.
Yeah, but
this
first
is a
it's
famous
gonna be
movie.
5 minutes of us in the hallway.
But I've heard of it. I've seen the famous. There's a couple famous gross scenes, but I've never watched the whole thing. Have you?
Me neither. No.
All right, so let's check out.
Michael Ironside is like one of the main guys in it, right?
Who?
Michael Ironside.
Oh, I don't know. Probably. It seems like a Michael Ironside
King
thing.
of the '80s B movies.
Hold on, the guy.
Yeah, right.
That looks like the guy from the auction in Fallen Kingdom. The guy.
Okay.
Later, and then the Indoraptor slasher with the tail.
Here's scanners.
Cardiac arrest.
Oh no.
Future.
Cardiac arrest.
I would like to scan all of you in this room, one at a time. I must remind you that the scanning experience is usually a painful one, sometimes resulting in nosebleeds, earaches, stomach cramps, nausea, sometimes other symptoms of a similar nature. At this point, I'd like to call for volunteers.
This will cause immense pain.
Oh,
I'd like some
Michael Ironside.
Yeah, this is like early prescription medicine commercials. He like rattles off all of the horrible side effects. He's like, "Now, ask your doctor if scanners is right for you."
may cause diarrhea, and it's just two happy guys on the couch.
All right. I'm impressed with Michael Ironside for volunteering after that litany of terrible things that could happen to you.
It's not a plant in the audience.
Like, yeah, whatever.
Your nose could start bleeding. You could go deaf. You can go blind. Now, anyone want to volunteer? Just anyone?
Investigation, and they always turn to the camera and explain what's happening.
I love
All
it.
right. Continuing on. Here we go. It's going to be scary. By the way, notice how the trailers of the 80s just take their time. We're watching a trailer, and he just
in the hallway to see
raises his hand, and then he walks down.
Yeah.
And then he sits on stage.
We
Like,
don't need
there's
to
no
see the
budget.
beginning of the movie.
There's no budget for the trailer. It's like,
Yeah.
oh, we need a trailer. Oh, cut that one scene. Use that. And like they just go snip, snip. And then there's the trailer.
We don't need the beginning of the movie. Please just hurry it along.
Okay.
God,
This is going to be the worst spelling bee ever.
Please spell B.
Do I have to close my eyes? All right, yes, I had something.
Push the button yet? Let's push the button yet.
Uh-oh.
Are we gonna watch him explode?
Well, Ironside would. Maybe it's gonna turn half of him into iron. Oh, he is Ironside. A ghost is tickling him on the back of his neck. Bang! This is a man.
Oh,
He's a nerd.
Ghost, this is a man.
that wasn't one of the things he listed off.
No. Well,
No.
he did say, and sometimes worse, but
Okay.
I think he was expecting
enough.
that to happen to
Yeah.
Ironside and not him.
Wow. Well, let's find out what happens in the last 20 seconds of this
the
trailer.
guy with a mop.
The mind force. Scanners. Their thoughts can kill.
Whoa. Wow.
All one.
All right. Now,
Bane.
that,
That's
just the
Yeah, so
quality of the footage
mhm.
Better
is
than the
so
hallway
much better than
scene.
any of the ones from that we watched from the 80s. Like just the sharp. It looked
Yes.
like it was a movie that had an actual budget.
Unlike
Yes.
the rest.
And I think that I want to say it was directed by Peter Yates,
Maybe.
Yates.
but I might be wrong. What?
Can you
Hey,
bring-
Siri. Who directed Scanners?
Which one? Here are some options.
The real one.
Scanners.
Oh, I was way off. It's not Peter Yates. It was David Cronenberg. I should have known that.
It's not.
Very much Cronenberg kind of thing.
Peter Yates.
Go.
Scanners.
Can you bring up the poster
The
again?
real one.
Yeah.
Okay. Now see, this I do like that's a quality like painted
Does that not
like
look like the guy
poster.
from
Like no
Evan?
just
Does that not
collage
look
of
like the guy
heads,
from the
nothing
Jurassic
like
World?
that we get nowadays. That was back when you got some good posters.
It's got a good design. It's certainly a freaky concept.
Yeah.
And you know what? Now I was making fun of like Michael Ironside taking his time walking down, but they decided like let's just show this one scene basically.
Yeah.
And this one scene's gonna sell the movie, and now I kind of want to see it.
Yeah.
This is one of the movies that when I was a kid, I was forbidden to see this movie.
Absolutely, yeah.
And then I just never got around to actually watching it. By the time I was like a grown up or a teenager, I just hadn't said. I just kind of figured that it was.
Yeah,
it's pretty gross. And there's something that's kind of funny about it on the one hand, where they're like jerking and spazzing out, but there's also something kind of creepy, about it too. So here's another. So that's those are the first two movies of January 1981, and here's the third one. We just have a whole bunch of horror ones.
Oh yeah, I remember this. I haven't seen it, but I've seen that poster and I've heard of this.
I saw the trailer when I was a kid, and again, I haven't seen the movie, but the trailer I remember it scared me as a kid. And so because you don't know what's in the sand, at least not during the trailer, I don't think. So let's keep this creep fest going, and we'll see what's going on with Blood Beach. Oh wait, I didn't. You know what? I probably didn't analyze the poster enough for us. Because this is great because it says let's see.
The 5 people who have drowned here never even made it past the sand.
And it says Blood Beach. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, you can't get to it.
There you go.
So it's kind of making fun of Jaws, right?
Well, it's like, okay, we want to rip off Jaws, but we can't afford to shoot on the water or have a shark. Hey, the sand eats the people.
I'll dig a pit right here and you can just jump in it, okay?
Johnson, give yourself a raise.
Get in the pit, Johnson, right now. I'm not paying you to do nothing. You're not paying me to hole, sir.
Go to the beach, dig some holes. All right, here we go. Now, this is the green screen we were talking about, Joshua.
You can put anything back there, like a hamster. Put a hamster on there.
Pretty, isn't it?
Yes.
The beaches of LA.
This
playground of America. Until this beach turned into a living
I
nightmare.
don't like sand.
Creature.
Well, entertaining. It gets everywhere.
What would you call it?
Blood Beach, man. Yeah, right on.
Yeah, man.
Blood
Right
beach.
on.
The beaches of cross cops. The old people.
It's a detective.
The street fiddlers. Those singles. The crazy
Single.
life on this beach.
One of them singles.
They were kind of old, but they were stable. They were still in good condition.
He saw the camera. He wasn't ready.
We figured it out. What the hell are we looking? I don't know.
What are we looking? Hey, what's
We police always look for the obvious, but this wasn't normal. Nah, not even for California.
Okay, now that I know there's some idiot film noir private eye detective,
Yeah.
I want to see Blood Beach more than ever.
Yeah.
We gotta watch Blood Beach.
Uh-oh.
I see the beach, but I don't see any of the blood. Oh, got him good.
Oh man.
How considerable.
Vegetable soup. Something like this is crazy.
It's scary. See, it's scary.
That's the poster.
I'm scared. I'm scared for the actress.
Yeah, because she probably died because there was very, very little safety.
Very low budget, not too much safety. So that's I don't know what that. It's Paulie from Rocky, right?
Yeah.
Just like
And,
you're gonna
and
be
John
under there.
Saxon, who is right there with Michael Ironsides for King of the
Almost
movie.
the same person.
Yeah.
I love how it's like, okay, Terry, now you're gonna pull her under the sand for this scene, so then it'll like close up on her. Okay, now. Terry.
I get this horrible feeling we could go to someplace on Venice and dig there and find someone's skeleton.
Yeah.
All right, let's finish the trailer.
This is the scene.
If it's human, or even if it's animal,
It's got to have a place to go back to.
It's got to have a place to go back to.
It's
You
like
know.
that one YouTuber.
Like his mom's basement.
It's got to.
Kind of bad way.
Place. Go back to.
Oh, that hair! Look at that.
Oh,
No. You can't. Hey, man, no, I just got this haircut. You can't do this. I like how they're trying to like pull themselves out by clawing on the sand. Meanwhile, the thing is under the sand and pulling them from under the sand. So can it just also grab their hands and pull?
I like how this might be the only horror movie I know that where the antagonist is just random sinkholes.
Random sinkholes.
It's like Tremors, but not good.
Not as good.
I love Tremors. Kevin Bacon.
We didn't know a damn thing. When you thought it was safe to go back in the water, you can't get to it. There comes a time when you throw out all the rules and you make your move.
Yeah.
Oh.
Guess we know what happens at the end.
Yeah.
Okay, place to visit, but I wouldn't want to die there.
This is what I remember. Okay. This is like the scene I remember as a kid being scared for this girl.
Okay.
Like her friends are just laughing at her.
She's already under the sand.
Blood Beach. David Huffman, Mariana Hill, John Saxon, and Britt Young as Lieutenant Boyko. Blood.
Mariana Hill.
Ah, yes. The credits. They
Oh
blot
my goodness.
In Star Trek.
The credits blot out the screams. Blood beats. Ah!
Having the like Polly, the detective hero,
Yeah,
makes it look.
that elevates this up. And you know something else that they don't do anymore. So the voiceover in the trailer.
Yeah.
Like obviously we know like in the 90s and the 2000s was the classic In a World where the guy
World.
But
Yeah.
it seems like they don't like talk to you. Like this one is like the narrator's talking to you like pretty, huh?
Yeah.
Like this is
Nice.
a good looking beach, wouldn't you say?
You want to go to the beach,
yeah.
right?
The
It's like,
singles.
Look at this beach.
Ah, yeah.
Ah.
Hey, you and me, we're good buddies. Let's talk about the
Yeah.
beach.
Let me tell you a little
See
bit
what's
about
going on in the beach.
Look at this beach. This is a nice beach. You want to go to
Yeah.
this beach. But oh wait, you don't, because there's a weird thing in the sand that's sucking people under. Also known as Jerry from HR.
Ah, wow.
Alright. Well, I was sold when the
Okay, goodbye.
when the guy with the metal detector gave us the ooh. Like, I was like, okay, I would see
Hey,
it.
I have the sinking feeling that that we've seen like that every death that happens, we've seen the death of all of the characters that are going to
Yeah,
get stuck
probably.
in the sand. Because there's
And
about
it's
5 of them.
One off-screen character.
Yeah. So it's
I'm gonna say there's at least an 80% chance of like an old man or an old lady like walking their dog, and then they turn around and the leash just goes into the sand, and they're like, you know that's in there, right? It's got to
he's
be.
pulling on the leash trying
Yeah.
to get it.
Yes,
All right.
that's got to
Yeah.
be in there,
Yeah.
right?
That's gotta
Now-
be it.
We're probably going to spend, when we do this, we're probably not going to look at too many foreign films that are widely released. But I did see this one on the January list, and it's an Italian film called Zombie 2.
Okay.
Italian.
Hey.
It's a zombie.
The zombie.
Quando I mozzi lo scrano dalla tomba.
Mamma mia, Mario, what did they do to you?
E loro sangue.
Oh my God, Athan, have you not watched any scary movie? You don't read anything that's in Latin or Italian out loud.
I just want a zombie that goes brains. That would make it all worthwhile.
Brain get.
Manja.
I prefer my brains.
Okay, but I did. Since you were reading that in Italian, I on Google Translate, I did my homework and I looked that up.
And
And it says this poster translated says, "When the dead come out of the grave, the living will be their blood."
Okay.
Or I should say, "When are the dead come out of the graves? They'll be the blood." So that's pretty creepy, right? When the dead come out of the grave, the living will be their blood. Now, here's the American version of the poster.
Okay.
And they didn't call it Zombie 2. They just called it Zombie 1 because Zombie 1 wasn't released in America.
That makes sense.
So they called it Zombie. And again, this is when the dead come out of the grave, the living will be their blood. The American one is, we are going to eat you.
I like these zombies. They're straight to the point. They cut out the middleman.
Hey!
I'm gonna eat you, okay? You're cool with that.
Right.
I am going to eat you. There's no
That is a
escaping
classic
it.
though. Like, go back to the first poster. Like, a lot of times you see this when they're doing the translation, right? Where it's like, "Quando el morti os scanari tale tromba e vivi saranto e loro langa." I will eat you. What?
I
Ow,
look how happy that zombie is too.
That many words.
I mean, I'm cool with it if you are.
All right.
I'm gonna eat you. You can't stop.
Now, again, we haven't watched these. We haven't watched these yet, so I don't know if we're going to be emotionally scarred from these. But let's start watching it and see what happens. You guys ready?
Wait a minute, that's not Italian.
That's not Italian.
It says X.
Rated X.
What? Really?
Dad,
no.
Dad, the Rodan movie was rated X.
Yeah, she looks abandoned.
That ain't
Mamma mia!
We
We're going
all
to
the way
eat
here.
Oh, did he get eaten? I mean, they were gonna do that.
I don't hear anything.
It's gonna
It's very
blast.
quiet.
One more step and I'm gonna blast you. Please wait on.
A couple people.
Oh,
The end.
It's not even close to the worst thing in the East River.
Tisafaro.
It's not a cool place to head. Natives claim it's cursed.
That was pretty weird.
Right.
Ouch.
Whoa, these
Not
effects.
cool, man.
I'm going to eat you.
Everyone that you're the one who's crazy. Demented, cruel, evil.
Ooh. Don't take that, Olga. Get him.
And the boat's crew. What happened to them?
What happened in New York?
Yeah.
Yeah, what happened there? I have a feeling we
Why are
didn't
we in
drive
the
here.
Sudan?
I have a feeling we didn't drive here. But odds are we did because we don't really care about
Ow.
anything.
Did that look like spaghetti to you, or am I influenced by the Italian?
Italian.
Special effects by Chef Boyardee.
Oh, wait.
Okay, I'm stopping this.
Wait, no.
Every,
Zombies.
Mamma mia. Yes.
They're gonna eat you.
So that looked bad and gross.
You.
Bad.
Dude, I want to. What was it earlier? What was the early ones? It was.
Once again,
Blood
nudity
Beach. I
in
wanna
the
watch Blood
trailer
Beach.
on YouTube.
In fairness,
On
it
YouTube.
said rated X
On
the thing,
YouTube.
so-
Yeah, but
I
still.
noticed that the zombies looked like they were just kind of covered in mud.
Yeah. Well, they just dug themselves out of their grave.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
And
It's
it
true. You know,
wasn't
the
the
older
living
zombies did crawl out of their graves a lot more than what we think. We just kind of normally think of the medically induced zombies.
Yeah, no, the old
But
ones.
these are like you
Old
crawl out of the grave first. You do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Zombies kind of lost its meaning. Oh yeah.
All right. Well, I'm happy to say that we're gonna leave behind scary, gross movies, and go into the land of wacky comedies. So, with our next 1981 movie from January is Earthbound, a very spacey comedy.
Oh, nice.
Some of these we
That's a
might
green
remove
monkey.
the word comedy because it won't be one
Does this movie have a green monkey?
if it has a green monkey.
The poster is promising the Green Mountain, and it does have Burl Ives.
Yeah, that's another great thing about sort of the Love Boat era.
Yes.
Late 70s, early 80s. There are people from the golden age of Hollywood that are still around doing stuff like Burl. You would not think of Burl Ives in a movie.
Like Burl Ives, did you need the work? You were in a cat on a hot tin roof, Burl Ives. Do you need to do this? Yeah. So this now, Joshua, do you know what this movie is? Have you seen this movie, or is this familiar to you?
This is completely new to me.
So I the only thing I know about this movie, because I saw a little bit of it when I was a kid, if I remember correctly, and I don't want to spoil too much because we'll watch the trailer, but there's a space family, and I remember the dad, I think, is named Seth, and I remember thinking, like, Seth, that's a cool name. What a cool name. Yeah. If I'm correct, if it's the same one. But do you remember Escape to Witch Mountain?
Yeah.
I love Escape to Witch Mountain. So I'm guessing that this might be sort of kind of a ripoff of that, but we'll see. We'll let the trailer show us what Earthbound is all about, and I hope that it's narrated by Burl Ives, because
I think this was the inspiration for E.T.
Maybe.
Man, inspired E.T.
This was one of those movies also I saw on Wikipedia that it was originally made for TV, but they decided to do a theatrical release first.
Okay.
One of those things, kind of like Battlestar Galactica.
Yeah, and Buck Rogers.
Yeah, that's right.
Tremors, Battlestar Galactica. What else?
Okay. All right.
Men.
The whole movie. Wait.
Oh, no. You have to sit back. You're gonna watch the whole movie. That's long, isn't it? There's not a trailer. Okay, well, let's see what this is. Oh, this is like, oh no. Okay, well, we'll just watch a minute of it. Earthbound.
Please don't hurt him.
He's only a boy. We have no weapons.
How many are there of you?
This is all. This is my family.
Ooh. Magic family.
Just thought you'd like to know. All roads are now officially barricaded. No one's going to pull it out without us knowing about it.
We can't close the roads. It's so...
It's probably ripping off Escape to Witch Mountain.
Yeah, with the RV.
The RV and the magical powers and their alien family.
I can vouch for Mr. Anderson. I'm sure you can, Sheriff.
Okay, I love the 70s kind of guy, but Josh, don't you love these kind of villains?
I do love. Yeah, he's the classic, the man. But did you recognize John Schuck?
No.
That if you go back, that sheriff I think was John Schuck from Star Trek.
Yeah.
Klingon Ambassador, and my favorite TV show as a kid, Holmes and Yo-Yo. Did you ever watch Holmes and Yo-Yo?
I never saw Holmes and Yo-Yo.
You did?
No, I should have. That guy.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, he looks very familiar. Who was he in Star Trek?
He's the Klingon ambassador. We demand the extradition of Kirk. We demand justice.
Wow, what a different role. Yeah, so that looks pretty cheesy and derivative.
Yes.
Okay.
But on the plus side, we know it's available to watch on YouTube.
Yes, we can watch the whole thing on YouTube. And to be fair, we were watching somebody that was doing clips of it, and we don't have access to the actual trailer.
That's not a professional editor.
Yes.
Unlike us. Professional editing.
What's
right
the
here.
next
Look,
All right. Nope. We got one more.
Okay.
Yeah. We got one more. Now, this is the only one on our list that I have seen, and I am pretty sure that your father, that Joshua, has seen this. The Incredible Shrinking Woman.
I I've seen it. I think I've only seen this probably on TV, like the ABC Sunday Night Movie or something.
Yeah. This is one of those movies where with children, let me tell you about VHS. So this was one of those movies that when it was on, we would tape everything any movie we slightly liked. If it was on Showtime or on TV, we would record it. My mom figured out how to record cable, and so we'd record all the cable shows. And so this was one of the movies that we taped on our VHS early on when we first got the video recorder. And so as a child, I watched this movie a lot, but I haven't seen it for decades. So I don't know how it holds up.
Let me ask you something, Wade.
Mm-hmm.
Lily Tomlin.
Yeah.
She's famous. What show did she used to do that weird kid on?
Well, I don't know if it was part of Laughing. I know that.
Or she'd be in a big chair.
She'd be in a big chair.
Never found it funny.
It's like Edian or something like that. I know that she made guest appearances as that character on Sesame Street, but I don't think that's where it originated.
Yeah, I never understood that character. I never found it funny, ever. It was just weird and alienating to me.
Maybe because you thought you were a kid watching it, and was like, why are you making fun of us?
Yeah, maybe like, I don't know any kids that act like that.
Yeah. I know that I liked her in this movie, and I like the Steve Martin movie with her, All of Me.
9 to 5
is good. Oh yeah, 9 to 5. Yeah. And she has that one woman show that I've never seen, where she's like 40 different characters.
Yeah.
So then
because I figured like 38 of them were like that variation on the kid. It's like, no.
Well, she also has like kind of this snooty operator character that I didn't like that one as a kid.
Okay.
So, but I should probably watch Laughing and give her a chance before. I'm not going to comment on her early work, but I know I like these movies, these 80 comedies movies. So let's. Oh, and there's 2 posters for this one. There's this one, but there's also this one.
Whoa!
Yeah, that's the one I remember more.
Because there's a gorilla involved in this.
Gorilla Monkey Man.
And boys, I'm assuming that you have not seen this one.
Very 80s thing.
Yeah.
Gorillas?
Gorilla suits. What did we just see a gorilla suit in? You guys.
Idea.
SpongeBob.
No, we just watched something.
James Bond.
Was it James Bond?
It wasn't in a James Bond movie, was it?
Was it?
I don't know.
We literally just saw
Probably
something
Diamonds Are Forever.
with a gorilla suit in it. And like,
it was James Bond.
which one?
I don't remember which one, but I'm pretty
Is
sure.
the James Bond movie with a gorilla suit?
I don't know. I think they
Okay,
were.
I think that there's.
Oh no, I know what it was. Hudson and I just watched the Pink Panther.
There's a gorilla suit in the Pink Panther.
Yeah, there's a whole scene where there's 2 people in gorilla suits trying to rob a double-sided safe.
Yeah, we liked gorilla suits in the old days.
And like you remember Eddie Murphy and Dan Aykroyd Trading Places.
Yes, I think in that one, a guy in a gorilla suit is basically encaged with an actual gorilla.
Yes, but it's a cheesy, bad, obvious gorilla suit, and they didn't seem to care back then that it was like everyone knows it's just a guy in a gorilla suit, and we're not even trying to hide it.
Yeah, basically. I think as a kid, I didn't know if this gorilla was real or not. So I have a feeling that it doesn't hold up well today. Oops.
It's just gonna be an actual gorilla.
Pat Kramer began on what seemed to be a perfectly normal day.
Pat Kramer. She was a loving wife.
Sweetheart!
Hi, honey.
Hi, Skip.
Another gorilla suit.
Charles Grodin?
Perfect mother.
Oh,
Homemaker. And then, one day, something incredible happened.
She's shrinking.
We've got it. You are shrinking.
No need to be upset, Mrs. Kramer.
Cardiac arrest.
As long as you have on
I remember him. He tried to steal the baseball diamond.
this jacket.
Don't trust him.
I was picked, poked, prodded. I was examined by specialists I never even knew existed.
Universal Pictures presents Lily Tomlin as Incredible Shrinking Woman. The adventure of a brave woman whose biggest problem is growing smaller at the moment.
I need a hit.
No! That'll kill you instantly.
That on her last night.
Can we give you a hand here?
No one could help her. No one could comfort her.
Oh, thanks.
Whoa!
Dead.
No one could
Oh no!
No! Oh no!
I forgot about that.
Lily Tomlin.
They're gonna turn on the disposal. She's gonna
The
die.
story of a woman who gave so much. Great little kidder. And got so little. Or champagne. Now how about a big hand for the little lady?
There was no
Wow.
All right. Now,
Gorilla.
that one, that trailer might have gotten the best reaction here out of the boys.
Yeah, well, not only that, but that had. Now I know we were so far we've been watching mostly like horror movie, trailers, but that had a distinct '80s look. Like it feels like the '80s are sort of coming alive.
Yeah.
With that movie, there's certain things about the look of that movie that you wouldn't maybe see in the '70s. I think, and there's something about kind of we start to see like a hint of those pastel '80s in that movie.
This is the problem because now we have another one that I want to watch just as much as Blood Beach.
Well, that's all right. That's all right.
That's
and the big difference with that and all the other ones, that is the first movie that was like a big budget, big push movie.
Yes. Well, yeah, it had a distinct star, and it was, going for something that's kind of wacky comedy, very big imagination.
I wonder. I would be willing to bet that was scheduled to come out at Christmas, and there was a special effects delay or something, and that's why it came out in January.
Oh, maybe
because that doesn't seem like the kind of movie that they dump in January. That was a movie that they really were expecting to do well.
I mean, she's holding a present in the
at
poster.
the time. It had very cutting edge special effects.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had forgotten about the scene where she falls into the garbage disposal and all that stuff comes slopping down on her.
Yeah,
Honey,
and it's got Charles Grodin.
And any movie is better with Charles Grodin.
I agree.
This is the secret,
and Ned Beatty.
Add-on to the Honey I Shrunk the Kids franchise.
Yes, it was definitely the precursor to Honey I Shrunk the Kids.
Yes. Yeah. And what was it? What's the Matt Damon movie? Downsizing.
Don't even get started on that movie.
Downsizing, just Downer is what it could be called. No, I like it.
It's like me with Waldo.
You cannot call yourself a comedy and be a weird drama.
This is a comedy movie. I think you should just rename this to a movie. Remove the
So we got some comments from people. Let's see what the comments say. Gorilla on a tech deck. That's right. And man, she had to be quick to get the MS Mom license plate.
Yeah.
Yes,
well,
Ms. Mom.
Back then, personalized license plates were not as popular. I don't think it was as hard to get them back then.
Yeah. All right, boys. So which of these movies do you think we should watch?
Blood Beach and that one.
Blood Beach and that one. All right, I'm writing down Blood Beach and The Incredible Shrinking Woman. We will.
Two great movies.
What a double feature!
What?
Yeah.
What the movies?
I feel I will do as you bid and watch Blood Beach, but I have a feeling that I've just watched it by watching the trailer.
Yeah.
But who knows what hidden gems are in there? They're
Like that scene with the old woman. In
you know what I don't know? I don't know what's underneath the sand.
That's true.
I guess I do. I know that there's a key grip that's just yanking on somebody's leg.
Yeah.
Right.
There has to be something.
Jody
Right.
Fletcher's in the
Is it a giant hermit crab?
Please.
That'd be cool.
Just a giant hermit. Just a hermit in the sand pulling people under. Hey, man, give me your legs.
That's also the era where they don't explain it. You know what I mean? Like,
Could be. It's like we'll never know what's under there.
we'll never know.
It's,
Is it gone? Who knows?
It might be a movie that ends with a question mark.
Yeah, exactly.
The
Yeah.
question mark.
Yeah, because we never bothered to make a second one.
Yeah.
Yes, it is the end. Oh well.
All right, guys. So those are all the movies that came out in January of 1981.
All right. I must say that knowing that the 80s is one of the greatest decades in movie history, it is not off to the strongest of starts.
Except
in
it
80
makes
or
up
81.
for it. It will make up.
I think all good quests have a stumbling at the beginning, right? The hero falters.
What do they call it? The
what are the gems?
where the hero
Athan.
refuses to go at first,
What are
right?
That's right. Yes.
The
Refuses
gems.
to quest.
That's where we are right now. No,
There's
we're
Blood
not going to
Beach.
have good movies in the 80s.
Yeah. Because I am expecting that we're going to get to the end of this journey and find that yes, our suspicions are correct. The 80s is the best decade in cinema history.
For bad movies.
But so far we're not seeing that.
No.
Yeah. All right, guys.
No baseball game is ever the greatest baseball game ever in the first inning, right?
That's right.
The beginning of this is really put well into the quote from Jeff Goldblum in the first Jurassic Park movie. That is one big
we have experienced less than 1%
That's right.
of the 80s. So
And we did look at The Incredible Shrinking Woman. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good.
We're doing the ending, Cat.
Let's see. Nextler says, what about the DJCU?
That's 60s.
What is the DJCU?
Dean Jones Cinematic Universe.
Okay.
Dean Jones Cinematic.
Athan and his
Next
friends have been
10 out of
watching
10.
all of the old Disney Dean Jones movies and tying them all together into the Dean Jones Cinematic Universe.
They're the greatest movies I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, awesome. That'll be our secondary series that we'll start working on.
Okay.
Unless Athan and his friends fully do that.
Wait.
Computer War Tennis.
Mhm.
So you are familiar with the Kurt Russell Disney movies, right?
Yes.
The World, Computer War Tennis Shoes, Now You See 'Em, Now You Don't, right?
Yep.
They all take place at Midfield College.
Oh, really?
Medfield.
In addition to The Monkey's Uncle and The Misadventures of Merlin Jones take place at the same fictional college. And there's a couple more where they change it from Medfield to Midfield, but it's basically the same thing. So like Shaggy DA, what else? Flubber, Son of Flubber. So there's like a whole bunch of weird sci-fi.
Actually, Shaggy DA, it's not a college, it's the whole
movie.
town.
It's the whole
Shaggy, I
town,
didn't
right?
do it.
Trust me, I know.
I
Shaggy,
think
It's kind of funny that Disney was going for. Were they trying to get the college crowd?
I think they just were. I think they were kids movies, but they didn't want to deal with kids, right? It's so much harder to film a movie with kids. It's much easier to have teenagers. Plus,
sure, but I mean, you could do what they do in Greece, and you get 30-year-olds to play high school students.
Yeah, so that's why I think they go for the high school
Totally in high
students,
school.
because they can get people that are in their teens and 20s.
Yeah.
Can believably play teenagers, and the teen beach movie was a popular market, and I think that's why. But I think it would make a great Disney Plus series if they did like an X-Files-y, Gravity Falls-ish type show with Kurt Russell back, and they're trying to explain all the weird goings on that take place in that, flashing back to all those crazy movies. I would watch that show.
I would watch that.
The
Didn't you say
DJCU.
John Mulaney should
Yes.
play?
And tell me, yes or no, could John Mulaney play the son of Dean Jones?
Yes. That would be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, they could just remake every Dean Jones movie and get
Athan.
isn't Dean Jones in the $1 Million Duck?
Yes.
Yep.
Like John Mulaney hanging out with ducks would be adorable.
Too old to be a duckling. Quack, quack. And he walked into the office.
All right, guys. Well, let's say goodbye to our audience and wrap things up.
All right.
Goodbye, audience. So we'll try to do this again soon. I don't know when, but we'll Joshua and the boys and I will talk about when a February one will come out, and we'll keep this 80s movie party going.
All right.
All right. Goodbye, everyone. Until next time.
Good night.